Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you are. Today is the first day of March 2019, and the market been bouncing around. I guess it's still trading around the hoopla on the China and U.S. Trade negotiation, I guess. So let's take a look at the market here, and this is the midday update. At the end of the update, we'll look at the SPY. First of all, the oil market is down $1.30, and gold is down $18. It's went back below 1300. It is sitting at 1,297.80 and the Dow Jones Industrial is up 75 point at 25,991. The S&P is up a little bit over 12 point at 2796.85. Nasdaq 100 is up 40 point at 7,138. The Russell 2000 is up 10 point at 1,582.85. The Nasdaq Composite is up 49 point at 7581.77, and the Dow Jones Transportation is down 17 point at 10,450. Looking at the breadth, the up-down volume is positive in the New York Stock Exchange. The up-down volume ratio is running at positive 1.23, and the Nasdaq is positive 1.59. Nasdaq is just barely positive at 1.02. The advanced decline, it opened pretty strong, then it faded in the early hours, the first couple hours. Came down to near the neutral line, and right now it's bouncing back, and the advancer is leading the decliner by 527 issue in the New York Stock Exchange. Similarly for the Nasdaq, right now the advancer is ahead of the decliner by 736 issue. The cumulative tick is positive in the New York Stock Exchange as well as in the Nasdaq. And you can see the ES open gap up out of range, test, and then came down back below the overnight high, then went into prior sessions value area, and then right now it's trading above the IB low, so it's inside the IB range. And in the Nasdaq, the NQ similarly open gap up, open auction out of range, and came down back to into the previous session value area, and then came back out. So right now is seem like trying to hit back toward the overnight high, and we're gonna see how that will do later on. But looking at the ES on the daily candlestick, you can see that it is still trying to push above this 2812 area, 28 above this 2812, somewhere around there, and it seems like it wants to pull back, but and it's just kind of chopping around here. I'm still looking for it to come back down to the 2736.50, but could always be wrong. It could just push up and go up to this 2865. But for the near term, I'm looking for a pullback to 2736.50 or a push up to 2865. So I just have to watch the price action. And looking at the volume profile, you can see that the value is shifting back up, and it is one time framing up today, but it is a phase, so it could be forming a sort of a double top and come back in toward the lower edge of this balance zone. And looking at the market profile, you see the market profile took out the pull high here, back here on the 26th, and also the pull high here as well. So it took care of some of the unfinished business, and also came down and tagged the point of control from yesterday. Right now is sort of hovering within this area here, sort of a balance area, right? And if we take a look at the today's profile, let's go there to the chart here, and you can see on the market profile there is a single print area that we could see it try to partially fill this thing when it come up, and the high is fairly decent, but the volume profile sort of indicating that might be a little soft, and the low is okay. So it could be we might be just chopping around here because it is OpEx expiration. So you can see the high, the volume profile a little bit weak there, but there is a little bit of a pinching here on the low. But again, you know, anything is possible because it's OpEx, and they're just going to play around with this and go chopping it up and down. And looking at the SPY will tell a little bit more interesting story. Let me switch that to the SPY here. Okay. Here's the 15-minute chart on the SPY. As you can see, it came up shortly after the open to the point of control, this naked point of control, and went up above by one tick. Right. Then it faded back down and then came all the way back into this composite balance area. Let me put that up on there for you, and we could take a look at that a little bit more closely. Let me take this off. Just kind of leave it a little bit more cleaner. So you can see that the value area here from these this composite volume profile, essentially, I'm basically just looking at it from here to close to yesterday, after yesterday's close. And you can see that the point of control, this point of control is somewhere around 279.17. So you can see that, and the value area high is 279.77. So you can see that it came back in, kind of come down, to that point of control and got a bounce and try to get back out of this balance zone again. So we're going to keep an eye on this. If it come back in, then most likely I'm going to watch for it to retrace back down to this 278.32. Right? And if we go and take a look at the today's volume profile, let me take this out. Well, I know, kind of mess up here. Let me just get rid of, no, I don't want to get rid of it because I want to see some of those level on there. So let's do this again. Okay, and let me close this out. Oops. Just gonna bear with me here for a little bit. Just get this cleaned up and put the today's the daily profile back on, and then we could take a look at this a little bit more. So you can see that it came down to yesterday's value area here. All right, tested yesterday point of control, and then we got a bounce back out of this value area. Right now it's getting back into this particular value area here. Yesterday, it's kind of been bouncing around here on this point of control. You see this, right? So right now it seems to be bouncing here. So I'm watching it to see would it come back in. If it come back in and fail to move up and come back in, then there's a good chance that they're going to come back down and try to retrace this at 278.32, and then maybe bounce back up toward the this point of control here, somewhere around near the 279 for the pin. So we're going to keep an eye on that. But if this thing stay above this composite, then watch this rewrap up here somewhere around 280. Then we'll probably see a pin somewhere around 280. And there is a little bit of a low volume area here. So if it doesn't stick with the rewrap, then we can see it move back up to this volume point of control here, the development volume control somewhere around 280.50. All right, so that's basically the update for today. Hopefully your day is going well, and thank you for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. If you are not a subscriber to my YouTube channel, subscribe. Click on that bell icon notification so you get notified whenever I come on live or whenever I post a new video on my channel. All right, have a great weekend, and be careful. It is OPEX, so there is still a couple hour trading, and there's a lot of things could go on, and a lot of things could happen between now and the closing bell. All right, thanks again.